With any at-home exercise program, it is important to practice safety first. Please adhere to the following guidelines. Check surroundings for trip hazards. For safety and support, use a straight back chair, no office chairs with wheels. With or without arms, if possible, place it against a wall for security. Please wear appropriate footwear. Keep a bottle or cup of water close by and take frequent sips throughout the exercises to stay hydrated. Know your restrictions. Follow orders from your doctor or therapist. Listen to your body. If it hurts, don't do it. Make sure you are breathing naturally throughout each exercise. If you experience shortness of breath, dizziness, or discomfort, stop. Call for help if you need it. If any of these activities make you feel unstable, cause you pain, or put you at risk, avoid that exercise or stop. Stretching should not hurt. If you experience pain, try a slower, smaller range of motion or a different foot position. If it persists, stop. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy your workout.
Hi, so welcome to our TV 970 video today, and today we're focusing on preparing for life after COVID. Yes, we want our life back. We want our friends and our family activities and all the things we loved. And during the past year, chances are you're not as fit as perhaps you once were. The combination of COVID restrictions limiting your activities and the frigid weather limiting your outdoor time has diminished your overall physical activity and condition. Our body is one of the greatest gifts God has given us, and let us show appreciation by taking care of it. The Lenten season is a perfect time to renew and physically prepare us for life after COVID. I hope you'll join me in cultivating this simple daily practice. The exercises will focus on restoring balance, posture, and strength, restoring tranquility through breathing and cultivating awareness, and then lastly, taking time for reflection, meditation, journaling, prayer, or reading. Just like anything we hope to achieve, it takes practice, patience, and time. So set aside some time each day to practice the exercises, cultivate your awareness, and include quiet time for meditation, prayer, or to read the day's devotion in the Lenten journey. All right, so we're going to get started. You can begin just by staying seated in your chair for a minute. And a lot of these exercises can be done standing up or seated, so I'll try to demonstrate both. But first, I want you to pay attention just to your breath. So I want you to think about when we breathe, we're going to be very aware and focused on breathing in through the nose. And as you exhale, breathing out like you're breathing out through a straw or pursed lips. So I want you to go ahead and put your hands like on your belly. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale through pursed lips. See if you can sense those abdominal muscles tightening on that exhale. That's going to be an important part of this exercise video today, because if we're really focused on that exhalation to activate and engage our abdominals, we won't have to do a bunch of sit-ups, okay? So this will keep it pretty simple and you'll feel it. So let's try it again. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Great. All right, so I'm going to stand up and we're going to start by just welcoming this beautiful day with that nice inhale through the nose and exhale. 2 more. See if you can feel those abdominals. Kicking in. Sweep the arms up. Lift up your gaze. Exhale down. Nice deep breathing. and one more. So we've got 3 more breaths, inhaling up, and look around to one side, back to center, inhaling up, exhaling, and back to center, and down. Good. So you can move your arms around, move your fingers around, move your knees around, but we're going to just start by doing some shoulder rolls. And again, with your breath, timing, inhale up and down, up and down. Your breath is really going to dictate the timing of the exercises. So if you find yourself going too fast, you might hyperventilate, or you might just not be paying attention and coordinating the breath and the exercise. So we're going to do a very simple, easy posture correction exercise. It's the zipping up, inhaling, pulling the elbows back, and relaxing the arms. That just puts the shoulders in that correct position. Inhale up, exhale back, and relax. One more. Up. And down. Good. So we have postural muscles and we have phasic muscles. Postural muscles are the ones that keep us upright and in good posture and allow us to do the things we like to do. All right, but they also get very, very tight, especially if we've been sitting a lot. So you'll see different ways in which those tight postural muscles can affect your posture. So oftentimes because we're sitting with the arms forward, right, the shoulders, these muscles get lengthened and they tend not to hold our shoulders back. Think about the hips. So if you've got really tight hip flexors from sitting too much, they might have a tendency to pull your hips down. And then because you're trying to look ahead, you got your chin sticking out and an arch in your low back. A lot of times people have tight hamstrings, which can pull the hips back and under, then causing that roundness and that head forward. So we want to really correct and pay attention to those things. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start loosening up all of those very tight postural muscles. Once we've released them, then we can actively mobilize them and begin strengthening them. If you don't release them first, the chances are you're not going to get the kind of benefits out of the exercises that you're doing. So it is important to do. And we're going to start off with what's called a 3-way neck stretch. And everybody I know can use a neck stretch. So you take one hand behind and you can let it rest on your back, or you can hold on to the wrist. But just remember that it's the hand that is behind that we're going to start by dropping your ear over towards that shoulder, keeping the gaze straight ahead, then rotating the chin down towards the collarbone. You might already feel that stretch. And then rotating the head and looking up and over to the opposite side. And back to center. So we'll do that side again. Same side. We want to do this exercise 3 times on each side. So ear towards the shoulder, eyes forward. Turn your gaze down as you rotate your chin towards your collarbone. Think about taking your gaze on a diagonal line over and up. And then return back to center. All right, so one more time on this side. Eyes forward, ear to shoulder. Remember your breathing. Rotate the chin down, gaze down. Rotate your gaze to the opposite corner and up. And back to center. So we'll take the other side, bring the hand back. So I like to hook onto my other arm, but you can hold the hand or the wrist if you like. Either way is fine. All right, so here we go. We're gonna turn and, well, let's drop the ear first towards that shoulder. Keep the eyes forward. Nice deep breath in and out. Rotate the chin down towards the collarbone, gaze down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Good. Rotate your gaze to the opposite corner. Inhale. Exhale. And back to center. Inhale and exhale. Drop the ear towards that shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Rotate your gaze and your chin down towards the collarbone. Nice deep breath in and out. And then along that diagonal line, looking over and up. Nice deep breath. And back to center. So that's the first one. The next one that we're going to do is called a lat stretch. And I'm going to use this table as a way to demonstrate the lat stretch. So you could think about it. I think maybe sitting in the chair is fine. If you have a dining room table, that'll work. Just think about stretching your arms over the table. Pull the tummy muscles in. Breathe in and out. And then come back up. You can do this standing as well. Hinging from the hips, stretching the arms forward, keeping the knees soft. Inhale. And exhale. Nice and easy coming up. You can do it on a diagonal. Stretching the arms over. Feel the tummy muscles come up and in. As you exhale, and back up. Go ahead and move your shoulders around. So that one can be done behind the chair as well by just simply doing that hinge over, stretching your arms forward. So the next one we're going to do is a low back stretch. So you can do that seated or standing. The seated version is fairly simple. Sit forward on your chair, legs are wide, and you're just going to think about being like a Raggedy Ann and chin to chest, arms fall down, and just breathe into your back. As you exhale, pursed lips, pulling the tummy muscles in. And then rolling up after 3 breaths. So that's the standing version. You could do it as a seated, as the standing version, chin to chest. Keep your knees soft. Let your body weight just fall forward as much as you're comfortable. Inhaling and exhaling. And then slowly just articulating back up. If you have that tendency to get dizzy upon standing, please do that exercise seated or standing behind the chair. So you can just relax the arms into the chair. Breathe. And nice and easy, roll back up. Great. So I also brought a towel with me because I want to be able to show you how to stretch the pectoral muscles, because these get very, very tight and weak because we're rounded so often. So you can use a towel or a t-shirt or whatever you have handy. And you're just going to bring it behind, and you're going to just pull back on the towel, opening up your chest, breathing in and out. Think about keeping your chin gently retracted. Another way that you could do this stretch is simply by bringing your hands to the back of your hips, squeezing your shoulder blades together and lifting up your chest, pulling the chin in. Keep focusing on engaging those abdominals with every exhale. Good. And then just go ahead and release. So hopefully one of those will work for you. Not everybody can get their hands back easily, so that's why using the towel can be a really nice tool to help you do that. All right, so we're going to go next to the hip flexor stretch. And the hip flexors are right here, the crease of your hips. When you sit down, those hip flexors are tight. And they stay tight and they stay weak. So we want to stretch them out. And I'm going to show you a simple one, which is just standing at a table or standing behind your chair, and then taking a step back with one foot, step forward with the other, so that you can sink down just a little bit. You don't have to go all the way down. You're going to then inhale and exhale. Think about tucking your hips under, pressing your back heel down. You might already be feeling it at this point. If you need more stretch, you can glide that front knee forward, lifting up your chest or reaching up the same side arm. Hold that stretch. Use that breathing. And release. Walk it out. So let's do that same side again. A step forward, a step back. So allow your knees to bend, sink down just a bit. Good. Think about tucking your tail under, pushing back through your back heel, gliding forward on the front heel. If you want, lifting up the arm. Deep breath in. And release. So that's a fairly easy way to do the hip flexor stretch. We can also do it by grabbing the knee, allowing yourself to just bend forward, reaching for the ankle or your pant leg, and then standing up nice and tall. Pulling up on that leg, squeezing your glutes, feeling the stretch on your quad, but also on the front of your hip. So I'm giving you different alternatives and ways in which to do this stretch. All right, so let's do the other side. Stepping forward, stepping back, dip down slightly, tuck the tail under, take a nice deep breath, exhale, push back on your back heel, glide forward on the front, hold that stretch. You can activate your same side arm, reaching up. Activate that breath. And then come back, walk it out. So again, step forward, step back, sink down, tuck the tail under, Activate those abs. Push back through your back heel. Glide forward with that front knee, just slightly. Activate. Give that arm a reach up. Feel your abs engage on the exhale. And then come back to standing, and let's walk it out. So ideally, you want to do that stretch 3 times each. And the next one is just going to be working on the calf muscles and the ankles. Lifting the toes up, lifting the heels up. Hold, release. Hold, and release. Hold, and release. Hold, release. Hold, and down. Another way we can do an ankle stretch like that is to use our chair. Again, taking a step forward and a step back. Now you notice my heel is up, but I'm going to press the heel down and then bend the knee. Press the heel down. You'll feel the stretch in your calf. Try to keep the rest of your body still. Let the knee bend. Press down. So let's do the other leg. I'll show you at the table so you can use the table as well. You let the heel come up, and then you press down. By bending the knee, you're releasing the heel. Press down, hold. Just releasing the heel, bending the knee slightly. Notice I'm not coming up, I'm staying in the same position. I'm just working this back leg. And one more. And release. Great. So by now you should feel a little bit more loose and aware of your body. We're going to do the next one is pelvic tilts. So you could do the pelvic tilts sitting in a chair, standing up, or lying down on the floor. I'm going to demonstrate the seated version. So if you rock from side to side, you might be aware of your pelvic, your sit bones is what we call them. So think about the bones that you're sitting on. I want you to sit up nice and tall on them. Inhale, and as you exhale, just gently tip your tail back, roll back the sit bones just slightly, and then up. Tip the tail up. Feel the curve of the arch in your back. Exhale, roll back of the sit bones. Inhale, roll slightly forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, slightly forward. If you were doing it on the mat, you can also see with the arms out to the side, you're thinking about these bones right here just kind of rocking. So inhale, as you exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward, creating that nice space right under your low back. Rock back and hold. Forward and hold. Rock back and hold. Rock forward and hold. So whether you're lying down, whether you're seated in the chair, you can do those pelvic tilts. And you want to do about 10 of them. I'm not going to do all 10 of them right now, but I think it's important that you know how many repetitions you want to do of each. All right, so the next one is called cat-cow. I'm going to just turn the chair sideways a little bit so that you can see it from the side view. So it's like a cow. Take a deep breath, moo, and then like a cat at Halloween, rounding your back. Curving your spine up, rounding and flexing your spine forward. Curving your spine up, rounding and flexing. On the floor, you would be on hands and knees, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Nice neutral spine. Inhale and exhale. Pull the tummy muscles up and in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. The idea is you want to begin mobilizing that spine, moving it in all the different, in the two directions, in flexion and extension. This can even be done on the chair. You don't want to have your shoulders up by your ears. You want to keep them down. Turn your tail up. Tuck and round. Turn the tail up and tuck and round. Good. And come on up. So the next one is, I call it like a seated clock. So if you think about the pelvic tilt is going front to back, front to back. We're going to go side to side. And you're just pressing your sit bone down on one side and gently lifting up on the other. Side to side. If you want to be more forward in your chair where you get a little better feel for the sit bones, you can go forward right, back left, like you're doing 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock. When you go back, you're going to feel the right rib come closer to the right hip. And then let's do it to the left side as well. So think about, here's my sit bones. If this is going to be 10, 4 is going to be back over here. So 10, 4, 4. So now I feel the left rib and the left hip coming together as I contract those abdominals. And 10. Good. So let's go ahead and come back. Bring your feet together. And we're going to continue just working and mobilizing on some of those muscles. So I took my towel. I'm going to just give it a little squeeze in between my knees. And what I'm going to do is raise my arms overhead. So consider when you're raising your arms overhead, I don't want your ears to come up close to your shoulders. We stretched out your lats. So if you want, you could give your lats a little stretch. Come back in. Zip it up. Pull it back. Shoulders are now neutral. Keep the shoulder blades down as you lift your arms. Drop one arm. And then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forcibly blow that air out. 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep squeezing that towel. 10, and rest. Good. So again, if you want, you can stretch forward with your hands just to stretch out your back and come back in. Zip it up, pull the elbows back, relax the arms down. You're now in that neutral position. All right, so keeping the shoulders down, raise the arms up, drop one arm down and switch. Squeeze the towel. And down. Good. So you can just wiggle it out a little bit if you need to stretch your back again. Please do. All right. So this one, we're going to take our towel. We're actually going to put it behind us. If you had a ball, the ball would be very nice. You just want it to go right behind the shoulder blades. If you don't have a ball, that's okay. Just roll your towel up. Make it a nice roll. See if you can get it positioned between your shoulder blades. And if you have to scoot back a little bit, that's fine. So what I want you to pay attention to is my shoulders here. And everybody knows what it's like to reach forward, grab a doorknob, turn it, and pull. So that's basically what we're going to do. When we go forward and we're grabbing that doorknob, the thumbs turn down. You can see how the shoulders roll forward. As I begin to turn the doorknob and pull back, you can feel with your shoulder blades. The shoulder blades come back and in, forward and round. Back and in, forward and round. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down, hold, forward. Let's add that breath. Exhale. And forward. And forward. Inhaling forward. Exhaling. And hold. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. Good. So we're going to bring the hands up and the arms up like so. This way you're going to feel the shoulder blades as well. As you come together with the elbows and the hands together, you can feel the roundness of your shoulders. As you go back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Forward and back. Inhale forward, exhale, inhale forward, exhale back. 3 more. Tightening that tummy. And relax. Good. So let's just go ahead and lift up the shoulders and move them around. Bring your right arm across. Give it a nice stretch. You could turn your head towards the shoulder. Bring the chin down. Get a little extra neck stretch. Release. And then your left arm comes out, across. Turn your head to that shoulder. Bring the chin down. And then release and relax. Good. So on our next exercise, we're going to do some knee lifts. So knee lifts in the chair might be, these hip flexors might be tight and restricted, and you might not be able to get your hips up real high. So I brought you a book. You can put yourself on a book to give you a little bit of height, and that way you might be able to control those knees a little bit more. So lift and hold, lift and hold. Adding the breath. Think nice and tall. Good. Inhale and exhale. For the standing version, it's just simple. Use a tabletop. Inhale, exhale, hold, and release. Hold, and release. Hold, and release. You can practice your balance. Inhale, find your balance. Use very light touch or no touch. Hold. Inhale, exhale, hold, and release. Inhale, tighten through those abs, stay nice and tall. And release one more. Hold. And release. And then just walk it out. All right, so the next one that we're going to do is a plank. And we're going to start with the chair. So you want to be up nice and close to your chair. You want to put your hands on the arm of the chair. Think about your shoulders coming up and then down, up and down. Pull the tummy muscles in. Take a small step back. So notice I'm still in the same position. My belly button is over the back of the chair. My tummy muscles are in. Then I can release and come forward. So that's one way to do it. Another way we can do it is using the table. So for the table version, I'm going to put my elbows on the table, soften my knees, shoulders down, tummy muscles in, take a small step, hold. I want my head and my tail to be a straight line. I'm breathing, tightening my glutes, pulling the tummy muscles up and in. And you want to hold this for at least 10 seconds and then release. The third version is on the floor. It's very similar. So you can start on your elbows, walk your knees back a bit. Come into that nice long level back from head to tail, pulling the tummy muscles in, squeezing the heels together, squeezing the glutes together, using that breath. And then back. So that one will definitely challenge you, and I highly recommend take it just a little bit at a time. The one thing you just don't want to do is if you decide to use the chair, you don't want to let your arms and get extended to the back. You stay here, sink the arms, shoulder blades down, stabilize. Just a foot goes back, and then the other. And then you can walk it back in. So just, if it hurts your shoulders, you might want to just eliminate that one. So just gonna say, all right, here's our next one. I'm going to do it first using the chair because we might want to have that as a touch point. It's just a reverse lunge. Lunge and come back. Lunge and come back. If you can do it without using the chair, that's even better. If you want to take a ball or a book and hold it up. We want to do about 10 of these. For the plank, you only need to do 3 and hold for 10 seconds. Don't go too fast. Use that breath. Good. And then you can do 2 sets of those if you like. We're going to just do the 1 set. I'm going to show you the next version though, so that if you want to make it a little more difficult, you can. So when you step back, cross over to the front knee. This will challenge your balance a bit more. Also work your obliques. And back. So the next one we can do is seated. Swing and up. Swing and up. Or you can do it standing. Swing. Right here, tummy muscles are tight. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 8, 7. Squeeze your glutes. 8. Now we're going to do what's called like the X swing. So swing it over, center, to the other side. And again, use that breath. Tighten those glutes. And back to center. Good. So far, you might be warmed up by now. I hope so. All right. On the next one, I'm going to use the chair as something to stabilize with. And we're going to have one leg free to move. So let's take that same side arm up. You're going to let slight flexion in your knee, lift and reach, and back up. Lift and reach. If that's as far as you can go, fine. If you want to reach out through both your arm and your leg, and 5. Pull those tummy muscles in. 6. 7. And one more. 8. And up. We'll do the same on the other side. Just move my chair over. Start by, that leg is free. This is your support leg, so you don't want to lock your knee out. If you feel too much stretch in your hamstring, don't force it. We're working on that glute. 4, 5. You might start feeling that glute by now. 6, 7. Pull the tummy muscles up. 8. And up. All right, so let's come back behind our chair. Soften the knees. Stretch your arms forward. Round your back. Think about pushing your hips back, tucking your chin, and nice and easy, roll on up. Pull the zipper up, elbows back. Do this one again. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and out. Roll on up. Loop the shoulder blades around. Zip it up. Pull back. And down. Side bend over. Pull the rib cage up. Push out through the heel of the hand. And down. Other side. Push out through the heel of the hand. Use that breath. And down. Let's do that one more time. Up. Reach across. Push the heel of the hand up. And down. Lift. Push. Lift. And down. Great. So coming back around to the seat of your chair, I'm just trying to encourage you to create a practice that you could do this every day. And if you've gotten your copy of the Lenten Journey, you'll know that today is the first day where we have Ash Wednesday, actually. So take a moment, let your breath come down. Just read that one page. Pause, take a moment just to reflect. Notice how good you feel. Notice how your breath really helped you activate that core. And the workout we did today is not too hard. But if you have questions, certainly feel free to call me or email me. I'd be happy to respond to you if you have questions. But I hope that you'll be able to make this a practice, a daily practice, so that by the time the weather breaks and we come towards Easter, your body will feel renewed and ready to re-engage in a wonderful, active, happy, healthy life. Thank you.